Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another video in a series that we're calling the Quick 7. Today's topic is the 2022 Bronco and, well, every complaint or worry I have with it. Now, as they always say in these videos, well, don't get me wrong, I love my 2022 Bronco, but here are the 5 things I hate. There's a few things here that I wish that were a little beefier, but I guess that's what the aftermarket's for, and a few things that I wish that were improved. But before we get into the video, be sure to drop a comment down below as to what your biggest complaint or worry is with your Bronco or the new Bronco in general. Starting off big here right off the bat, I'm sure you all have heard of it, the tie rod issue. Look at that little guy. Now what's happening here is that people with Broncos typically lifted and bigger tires than what their Bronco came with. The tie rods are snapping while they're wheeling or out full sending, as you can see. And where they're snapping is typically where those threads are on the tie rods. Bronco Buster makes a sleeve, JKS makes a sleeve. Maybe Ford made that as a weak point on purpose so that way other expensive parts don't break, but doing one of those aftermarket supports might lead to another weak point, which leads me into my next point. So I'm a Gen 1 Raptor guy. Don't even get me started on the power steering issues on that thing. But the Bronco here has an electric rack. The Raptor, the Gen 2, had an electric rack, and on both of those, apparently there have been some issues. So, like I said, adding those sleeves may cause the weak point to move to the steering rack. Bronco Buster makes a bushing that goes on the driver's side of the steering rack, but these issues have caused me to be mindful of when I'm wheeling, making sure that my steering angle here is not too sharp when I'm coming up to an obstacle, making sure that I'm not butting up to a rock or something where, well, the tie rod might snap, and also try not to do 4-wheel drive donuts. The next issue here has to do with the tailgate. Again, with those putting on bigger tires than with what their Bronco came with, mainly if they have this Sasquatch package and go to 37s, people have had issues with the tailgate creasing from the extra weight. Again, there is an aftermarket support that was made to help with this extra weight. Again, you might have thought that Ford might have predicted that people would be modding their Broncos, and it appears that they changed the Bronco Raptor a little bit to help with that extra support. But that leads me into my next point here of body rigidity. Now, I like to go fast, do some pre-running, whoops, jumps, all that stuff. And it seems that there is a couple little marks here from the tailgate and the rear fender kissing each other here. Something that I keep in mind while I'm pre-running. And well, who am I kidding? If I'm pre-running, I'm pretty much full sending. So my next complaint are the rock sliders. Now they are semi-body, semi-frame mounted from what I understand. Where they mount is apparently a place where the body mounts the frame. Again, Ford is probably making a compromise here. There are aftermarket solutions, but again, just like the Raptor, they marketed the truck as it being able to jump, and then people took that too far. Maybe a case of consumers taking it too far. Then again, it wouldn't be bad to have a little bit extra peace of mind knowing that these sliders can be pivoted off of. So as you guys can see under there, there are the mounting points for the rock sliders. So if you haven't seen the crawling videos from Arizona, go ahead and check those out. They do pretty well, but I don't know if I put full faith in these sliders and their ability to hold the whole weight of the vehicle while pivoting off of them on rocks. So then again, it would be nice if the Bronco came with shock skids, dip skids, A-arm skids, but that's what the aftermarket's for. On the topic of frame body rigidity, small issue here is that the windows, when they're partially down, they like to chatter. Yeah, I know they're frameless doors, my Corvette has them, but it just isn't a comforting sound when the window is chattering against the door. Okay, so a couple more things here. Obviously, I have the soft top. And to be honest, I don't really find it to be that bad, even for road trips. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. With it being a soft top, there are a couple of things that it could do better. Biggest issue here is, well, this guy right here. You can see, can stick your hand right through there. Now, obviously, people will say, well, why did you get a soft top if you were worried about that and possible theft issues? Well, I'm not really worried about that, but apparently some people have talked about with strong crosswinds that flap likes to flop around and apparently let in air from the outside wind. I haven't had any issues with that, even on my big road trip back from Arizona with strong crosswinds. Behind some of my trucks, there was some wind buffeting at about 70 miles an hour, and with the soft top being less rigid than the hard top, it did wiggle around a little bit. Again, not a big deal, but we all know the issues with the hard top: spider web cracking, leaking, discoloration. So last thing here, talking about the roof. Again, I like to go fast over whoops and stuff, and well, the soft top may not be very conducive to that. I have had this roof pop open a couple of times. I don't know if the spring's not strong enough on the latches. The hard top might not have that issue. Obviously, I can't speak on that, but the hard top might have a few more rattles, obviously, with it being modular, just like the Corvette Targa top. And with that, that is gonna wrap up our... Okay, I'll give the people what they want. There's one more worry on the list here. I have the 2.7 Ecoboost, and as the internet has made me well aware, sure, these engines may be prone to failure. Basically, Ford got a bad batch of valves or valve springs, and within the first few thousand miles, one of these would fail and basically require the Bronco to get a full engine replacement. So I figured I might as well put it on the list. Some people might be worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I think I'm the last guy that's probably worried about blowing an engine on the Bronco here. But that's for another video. And with that, that is gonna wrap up our quick 7 with the complaints and worries I have with my 2022 Bronco. Hope you guys enjoyed the video or found it useful. If you did, drop a thumbs up. Also, make sure you are subscribed to keep up with the content on the channel. Drop a comment of your biggest complaint or worry with the new Bronco. But with all that being said, join the club, and I'll see you in the next one.